Hey, what is going on, everybody? SpikeBeat Gaming here, bringing you a little bit of Black Ops 3 Zombies gameplay. In the background is Nocturne and Toten, and this, I feel like, really plays in well to what I want to talk about today, which is the mutation system in Black Ops 4. This map has, I think, been in every single Treyarch title, every single one, because it's in World of War. It started there as a little bonus for anyone who beat the campaign, which I think that I'll come back to that here in a minute. It was in Black Ops 1 because they brought it back. Black Ops 2, it was in transit. And then it's in this map multiple times, actually. But going back to the World at War knock, though, it was bare bones. And I think that's something that a lot of people in the zombies, not a lot, I feel like it's probably about 10-15% of the zombies community really wants back to that bare bones feel. That is something that they loved in World at War and that they've kind of lost ever since. So, I think Mutations could give that back to them in a sense. Because I think it'd be really cool, and especially, this is the second time I've done this commentary, so I've kind of worked through a little bit of it more. But you could do really cool stuff with Mutations. Like, say you're someone who doesn't like Gobblegums, which I don't understand or I do understand, but I love Gobblegums. I think they changed the game in a way that is good. They're kind of a magnifier on the player that you are, and they're a small one. They're a medium one between a gameplay mechanic. Like, say, in Black Ops 3, we went to a 3-hit down system. That's huge. That changes the game for a lot of people. But it changes it for everyone unanimously. Perks change the game in a huge way, but it's person to person. It's a multiplier, because it's like, if you're an absolutely terrible player who doesn't know how to train, having Jug is not going to help you get to round 100 at all if you don't understand how to get to round 100. Whereas it's like Gobblegums, they can help you a lot or they can hurt you a lot. It's all dependent on whether or not you understand, and they're a multiplier on you that you kind of have to understand how to use them. Like, I'm trying to think of one in particular that, granted, some of them I think are a little bit close to overpowered, but I think that they're still good because it's kind of one of those things. Like, Power Vacuum is not going to magically make you this godly player who can never go down if you absolutely suck. Like, I think if you gave me a bunch of Power Vacuums and stuck me on, say, Origins, and then you took and you gave the exact same number, actually, I think you could give one of my friends, Pierce, double the Power Vacuums that you give me. I will get to a higher round because I'm a far better zombies player, because I've played it for the last, since, because me and him both started in Black Ops 2. That was when we started playing zombies. He stopped at the end of Black Ops 2, stopped playing zombies. He sadly moved away from the PlayStation. He moved away from playing zombies with me, which, if you're out there, Pierce, I'd love to have you back. Heck, I'll even buy you Black Ops 3 and get you going on the game if you will join me. But it's like, if you gave him double the Power Vacuums, it wouldn't make him survive anywhere near as long as I do. So, to me, it doesn't make it a crutch. It doesn't make it something amazing. Now, for guys like me who have played a lot of zombies, yeah, it can be a little overpowered. Granted, I'm not the best zombies player. There are guys who are way better than me who can take something like that and all of a sudden now it looks very overpowered. But it wouldn't be if those guys were not as good as they are. But if you don't like them, having a setting on the Mutations, hey, turn off Gobblegums, and right there in front of me, to my right there, all of a sudden, bam, that Gobblegum machine is not there anymore. And I think that's something that would be really cool, especially if you do it with perks. You know what? I don't want perks on the map. Boom, they're not there. I think that would be a game changer, and it would make it so amazing to be able to do challenge maps, to be able to have, say, on Knocked, you could have the original Knocked by simply turning things off. I think you should do this with everything. Do it with the box. Like, hey, I don't want the mystery box on the map, or hey, I don't want wall weapons on the map. All sorts of really cool things. The wall weapons, I think, would be a bit extreme, because you need something. I think it'd be really fun to see some of the Gobblegums actually turned into mutations instead, like disorderly combat. That would be awesome. Have an entire game to where every 10 seconds your weapon changes. Doesn't matter what you do, it will always, every 10 seconds, there's a new gun in your hands. I feel like that would be an awesome thing, because it would be so much fun to see, hey, amongst your friends. Like, send out a group text like, hey, I'm doing this map. Say knocked. I'm doing it with the disorderly combat mutation. Let's see who can get the highest round. And I think that comes to something that Treyarch has done on accident in the past, especially with zombies. It was the creation of zombies. They created a competition that they didn't mean to do. I don't think anyone at Treyarch, when they were making Noct, thought, you know what? Yeah, we got it. This is going to change Call of Duty fundamentally from here into eternity. When this game, whenever it finally dies, you can look back and zombies changed it. I don't think anyone was doing that. I think it was just, hey, I think this would be fun. And they just tried it. But it fundamentally changed Call of Duty in a way that nothing else has since. I honestly don't think anything can again. But the mutation system, I think, has the potential to work the same way because it is offering a challenge system amongst friends. It is not trying to, like the leaderboard system, because it's like, of all my friends, I'm the only one who really cares about the leaderboards. I'm the only one who cares that my high round attempt on Der Eisendrache got me into, I think it's the 0.008% of players on the map. So, like, to me, that's awesome. But it's like, none of my other friends care. No one else is sitting there looking at the leaderboards and going, oh, yeah, I can beat you. But it's like, if I text my buddy, like, hey, I bet I can get to a higher round than you, all of a sudden, that's completely different. And that's something I think Mutation System can change entirely because it creates this new system that allows us to do cool stuff like that, that allows us to make challenges of our own, like with the Zombie Records website, which is amazing. I love it. It gives me something to do, especially when I'm in a mood to play zombies, but I'm in the mood. I need a particular challenge. I've already, as you can see, I started off with the RK5 in this gameplay. I've already beat all the Easter eggs. Granted, I can do them a lot better, but it's like Zombie Records gives me a place to look and see who am I trying to beat? Who can I try to overcome to be a better zombies player? And that's awesome. And that's something that I kind of hope that they do with this whole system, is allow us to say, hey, I want to share this challenge with someone else and send it out to other people, or have it to where you can take and enter in like some code and it'll just automatically change all the settings to be exactly the same. And this, I think, would open up a lot of doors to stuff like Zombie Records, because you could all of a sudden have like, hey, this is a no perks, no gobblegum, no wonder weapon Easter egg run. Which, granted, with that though, you have to have the caveat of, say if you turn off wonder weapons, all of a sudden now any weapon will function in the place of that wonder weapon. So with the initial, say, let's go back, Zetsubo Noshima, throw mutations on there, and you turn on the mutation, hey, I don't want any wonder weapons. So if you don't have the Skull and Onsapwe, and you don't have the KT4, I think is what it's called, if you don't have those two, all of a sudden now any ballistic weapon works in its place. Say with that though, that you have to shoot the shoot the plants with your rifle, with the KN-44 in my hand right now. You can shoot all of the branches that you have to shoot. You can shoot the walls that you have to mesmerize. That all of a sudden now that works for it. Granted, I think that would be a little harder, but it's like now you have a whole new challenge, and just have it to where, and also for guys like in Zombie Records, have a little user interface code right down in the corner, just a tiny little thing that doesn't affect the gameplay at all. Just the same font as that KN-44. Just move it down into right in the bottom corner. Right there. At any point in the gameplay, someone can look at that and go, okay, this guy's playing with the right rule set. We're set. And you're good. And it would allow for all that kind of critiquing. But it's like, you could do so many cool things, because I think they've already mentioned in interviews that you're going to be able to do stuff like, hey, I want to do pistols only, and pistols will be the only thing in the mystery box. I think that'd be awesome. That's something I would love to see, because it's a lot of fun, because especially on maps, like if you could do that on Zetsubo, that'd be amazing, because you don't get to play with the marshals very often, which honestly are probably the best pistols in the entire game. Like, that's something I want in every single map, because they are so amazing, and they're just fun to use all around. But I think Mutations would allow for some really cool things, because you could take any map and make it harder or easier. But with that comes the idea of, okay, but I don't want to like Black Ops 2, where if you change any settings, all of a sudden now you can't do Easter eggs, or all of a sudden now you can't level up. Because I love the level up system. Granted, I think they need to change it a lot. They need to make it to where you actually have a purpose, where there's actually a reason. Like prestiging, there's absolutely zero purpose until you reach Master Prestige, which once you reach Master Prestige, you can change your emblem or your icon. That's it. That's honestly the only cool thing about it. And it's like, that's not really that cool. But with that, you could do some really cool things with it if you allowed for that. But the issue with the Mutations is, if you have it so that you cannot level up, I think that's a waste. But I do think, and I would be sympathetic to the understanding of, say you turn the zombie speed down, turn zombie health down, and you turn your health up to where you basically start with Jug. With that, yeah, I think you should only be earning, like, say, 75% of the XP. And if you make it even easier, if you do stuff like only wonder weapons in the box, like have different tiers to where you lose or gain more XP. But I think you should always gain more XP for making it harder, lose less for making it easier. Because it's like, if I'm teaching like a little cousin or someone, if I'm teaching a friend's little brother how to play zombies for the first time, it's like I should be able to turn those settings down and make it really easy. And they shouldn't be being penalized a whole lot for being a bad player. So say for if you turn stuff down, maybe make it to where if you don't make it to round, like if you make it past round 15, then you have no, or yeah, so if you make it to round 15, you have no penalty on your XP. You still earn it, normal speed. If you get past round 15, like if you have guys trying to turn settings down and go to like round 100, then yeah, penalize that guy. I want that guy getting 50% XP, because that's not cool. It's not impressive in any way for you to go and turn all the settings down and get to just as high a round as I have. So, but with that, I think it should be a lot more reward if you make it more challenging. So say you're playing Noct and you turn off Gobblegums. You should get an extra 10 to 15% XP. If you turn off perks on this map, which granted this map's kind of a bad example, but if you do it on any map, turn off perks, you get an extra 15 to 20% XP. If you turn off the mystery box, especially in a map like this where you don't have a lot of weapon options, you get an extra amount. Wonder weapons, extra amount. And get it to the point to where it's like, you can make this super challenging and you can earn a lot more XP. Granted, with that though, I would probably make it to where, so say if you make it to round 5, that after that is when your XP really kicks in. Because it's like anyone can turn the settings up really high and just like manage to scrape by getting to round 5. But if you can turn the settings up and you can get higher, yeah, I think you should be getting 200, 300% XP. Because you've made it way more challenging for yourself. You've made it way more interesting, especially, I'm looking forward to all the Mutations because it's going to make it really easy for me to come up with content for the channel, which I'm really excited for. Because it's going to be something where I can go, you know what, I want to do whatever challenge. I want to, or even, I would love to see them do, I want a randomized challenge list. I want it to randomly make it harder for me in a way that I'm not entirely sure of when I walk into the map. Maybe have it to where it's like randomized, and then you can check it like, oh yeah, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing. Hope you guys enjoy. And that's kind of what I'm excited for, because it is going to open up so much, and especially with the callings. I hope that Mutations are connected to callings really heavily, but I think that's something I'm going to talk about next week, is the calling system. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. I want to know what you guys think of this mutation system and whether or not you're looking forward to it. If it's something that you think is going to be a lot of fun, hopefully this next school year when the game comes out, I can be doing challenges and I can hopefully get it set up so that you guys can play and basically play against me and have a huge competition here of, hey, this is my challenge of the week. I want to see who can get the highest rating on it. And that'd be awesome. And I think that's one thing that they should definitely allow us to share it with other people and like send it out and or post it and have people be able to go and play ours and see if they like it, see if it's something good. And if it's good, have like a community board to where we can post it. And then if it's good, Treyarch, like, hey, we'll give you 100,000 XP, something cool. Or heck, we'll give you a really cool emblem or a calling card or something if we choose your map to be one that we put up as one of our community challenges. That'd be awesome. I would love to see that. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys have anything you would like to see in the future, or any comments on the video, anything that you really enjoyed. If you like the video, drop a like on it, subscribe, and share with your friends. Get the conversation going. Get a lot more people in here. I would love to be talking to a lot of you in the comment section below. I have all week to reply to you guys and kind of interact on a video with my current schedule at work. So you can look forward to the next video. Will be on Monday. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you next time.